Hi. Okay, we are going to use some weights at the end of class. I have 3-pounders. So, you know, it's Pilates, so we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pounds. Typically, not higher than that because we do a lot of reps and it starts to get a little heavy. All right, we're going to start on just seated and do a stretch. So place your right hand on the floor, and then we're going to reach up and over with the left. Try to keep both sitting bones just rooted into the floor, and then just keep reaching towards that side of the room. And then let's inhale and exhale and come up. Set that left hand down and reach up and over with the right. And just keep breathing, big deep breaths here. So we're warming up, and breathing can help us get nice and warm. And let's go back up and over to the other side. All right, this time I'm going to have you place your hand behind your head, and then we're going to rotate down towards the floor and then back up. And then rotate down, still keeping those sitting bones rooted. And back up. And then rotate down. And back up. Reach. And then up and over. So start with the reach. And then hand behind the head. And now we'll rotate down and back to center. And down. And back to center. Good job. Last one. Down. Back to center. Keep the stretch. Reach the arm. And up and over. And let's do a quick twist. So let's take that right hand, place it right behind you. Left hand will just go right above the knee. And we're starting out with a baby twist. So I'm still fairly not warmed up. I wouldn't say cold, but I'm not super warmed up, so I'm not going to force anything just yet. I'm just going to focus on my breathing. So here, it's harder because you're twisted. And then gently come out. And then we'll do the other side. So left hand will just go right behind you. Right hand. And unravel. Perfect. Okay, we're going to get started now. So go ahead and sit up nice and tall, feet are flat. We're going to just do some roll back. So straighten up that spine. Hands are just lightly on the backs of your legs here. And now C-curve with that spine. And I'm not going to go far back just yet. And then I'm going to come up. And I'm going to roll back. Each time I'll roll back a little bit more. And then I'm going to straighten and roll back just a little bit more. You'll feel those abs engage. And then up. And this should just feel pretty good on the spine, getting our spine nice and warmed up. And then big reach with the chest. And then C-curve, come back a little bit more. And then reach. And C-curve. And then this is the last one. We're going to come all the way down. So you're going to big reach, bring out those hands, and then we'll roll ourselves all the way down to the ground. Legs come into tabletop. Scoop the shoulders, neck and head up. Extend the legs and start pumping those arms. So legs can be up. They can stay in tabletop if you need. They can also be all the way down if you need. I'm feeling good today, so mine are out. And we just pump those arms like we're slapping water. And we breathe through the nose. And then out through the mouth. Good job. You can lower those legs a little bit. And if you weren't warmed up, this will do it. Let's do one more round. And relax. All right, legs go nice and long. Arms reach back behind you. Big deep breath in and exhale. We're gonna peel ourselves up one vertebra at a time. I'm gonna try to touch my toes. I'm not gonna get it on the first try typically, and then bring myself down one vertebra at a time. Okay, hopefully I'll get it this next time. Up. I got it. And down. Roll-ups are where your clothes will start to roll off. So if you need to adjust, oh, get that stretch. I needed that stretch in the hamstrings. And down. Good job. Big deep breath in and up you go. Touch the toes and come down. Let's do two more just like that. Big deep breath. So I'm actually really reaching here, stretching my shoulders, stretching everything. I'm letting my ribs flare. And then inhale, and then I press it all down. Use my abs to get me up. Touch those toes and use those abs to roll myself down. And then I think I said one more. And up. I strained my back last week, so this is actually pretty hard for me. So I'm using my abs way more than I typically would because my back isn't wanting to help me at all. All right, we're gonna do leg circles. So we'll start with our right leg. You're just gonna extend it straight up to the sky, and we're gonna just do big ones. So down and around, pause at the top, around and pause. Good job. Nice and big, keeping the hips nice and still. This glute is nice and tight. Just helping you out here. And now we reverse. Around and pause. And the last one here. Up. And let that leg go down. Other side, left leg straight up, right glute goes nice and tight. Around and pause. Around and pause. Abs are in. Helping, well, they're not in there, but they're helping you stay stable. And reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. All right, just bend both knees. Arms go out into a T, and I keep my palms up, and then drop both knees over to the right. Just a quick stretch. And then I'm going to keep my eyes looking up at the sky, but if you want, you can turn your head and look in the opposite direction. All right, if your head is turned, bring it back up to the eyes looking straight up. Change those legs, drop them over to the left. And then, if you want, you can turn your head and look to the right. But keep breathing, whatever you're doing. So we're in that twist again. It gets hard to breathe when you're in a twist. All right, and legs come back to center. Okay. Let's bring those legs into tabletop. Scoop the shoulders, neck, and head up. We're going to do our single leg stretch. So keep the right leg, extend the left, and switch. Right and left. Right and left. Good job. Keep going. And then we have 2. And 1. Drop the head, reset, heels together, toes apart, scoop it back up, and then we'll do double leg. Out and in, out and in. So we have 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And drop the head. Finally warm. We can take these off. So just hold it and stretch. These are so tight. Felt like compression socks right there. All right, now we are gonna do single straight legs. So legs go straight up to the sky, and then we keep the right and the left. Right and left. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. All right, drop the head, drop the legs. We got to get ourselves up. So I'm going to do a roll up to come up, but if you need to come up a different way, do that. Just get yourself up. So I'm going to take a big deep breath in, exhale, and peel myself up. All right, we are going to roll like a ball. So go ahead and, first of all, move the meat so that you can find your sitting bones. Hug those knees, tuck the chin, get those abs in nice and tight, and then we are gonna roll back and up, back. And if you notice, I'm just gonna come up and balance on my sitting bones, not touch my toes. This is a good balance exercise. So it's a really good ab exercise. It's a good balance exercise, good spine exercise. But if you need to, when you come up, plant your feet, go for it. Let's do 3, 2, and we're gonna stop up here, up tall. Extend the legs. So I bring my legs out to the corners of my mat. If you don't have a mat, you're just gonna bring your legs a little wider than your hips. And then hands go out into a T. We're gonna twist, saw off our baby toe 2 times with our pinky finger, come up and back tall. And twist, saw, and up. So my abs are in nice and tight. Saw, and up. Good job. Twist, saw, and up. Twist, saw. This is a great stretch for the hamstrings. Mine are really tight right now. Let's do 1 more on each side. Twist, 2 little pulses, and up. Twist, 2 little pulses, up and hold. So now we're just doing this for posture. Let's hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hands come down. Go ahead and just lean back into a beach blanket pose. I'm going to roll the ankles and then reverse. Okay, let's come on to our sides. So I'm going to start in banana. So I'm going to have my seat back. It's not all the way back to the back of my mat, but it's pretty close, and my legs are at the edge of my mat. Top leg is going to come forward. I'm going to point and flex. Point and flex. Good job. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to make this into a circle. We're going to come forward, up, and around. So it's a bigger circle. Let's do 1 more forward, and then we got to go in the other direction. Around and back. Nice and slow. Slow and controlled. Even though on these ones, it's like you just want to get them over with. All right, and down. Okay, let's rotate everything up to the sky, and we're going to kick up and down, up and down. And you have 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's hop potato. So rotate everything back facing forward, and we're going to tap for 2 in the back, up, tap for 2 in the front, and up. Tap, tap, up, tap, tap, up. Good job. And you have 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, here we are on the other side. So I'm in my banana, and top leg comes up and forward and back. So I am pointing and flexing. Some people like to flex forward, point backwards. Some people don't like to do either. Keep their foot neutral. I'm happy with them all. So let's do 4, 3, 2. Now we go into our circles. So we're forward, up and around. I am going to keep my toes pointed here. If that doesn't feel comfortable for you, just keep your foot nice and neutral, or you can flex. I'm not doing a hard point though. Now reverse. That's just, you're asking for a toe cramp. So it's pointed, but I'm not pointed. All right, and up and around. Okay, now rotate everything up and point and flex, point and flex. And we have 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then last one is hot potato. Tap, tap, up, tap, tap, up, tap, tap, up, tap, tap, up. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, good job. Let's do a little stretch. So we're going to come into a child's pose. I like to do my child's pose with my knees wide. You can do them with your knees closed. And either way, you're trying to get your seat onto your heels and your forehead onto the mat as best you can. I like to do mine wide just because it stretches my hips a little bit more. And just hold it here. Let's do one more big deep breath. And then as we exhale, we will come up onto our hands and knees and work our backside a little bit. So we're going to start with the right leg and the left arm. And down. Switch sides, left leg, right arm, and down. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Up. And I just try to get my leg and my arm level with my body. I don't care if it goes higher. If it goes, I wouldn't go higher. Just try to get it level. All right, one more on each side. Reach. And reach. Perfect. All right, good job. Okay, let's do some arms. So grab those weights. I'm going to be on my knees. You can be seated. You can be in a chair. You can stand for these. I'm going to start with some circles. So my arms are going to go forward, and I'm just going to do little circles. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to go out into a T and in. Out and in. Four more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now I'm going to flip my palms up and I'm going to do a high bicep curl in and out, in and out. Now I'm going to add a shoulder press. So I'm going to bring the bicep in, up, down, out, in, reach, down, and out. Good job. Keep going. And we're going to do 2 more. Last one, in, up, in. Finish it all the way out and bring it down. See how these light weights get heavy already? Okay, now we're going to go into our scarecrow. So we're just going to flip down and up to start. Down and up. So a little bit of a rotation. Now we're going to add a shoulder press. So flip down, up, up, down. Good job. Keep going. Finally getting warm. And 2 more. Down, up, down, and up, and all the way down. All right, now we're going to work our triceps a little bit. So I'm going to go out into a Y, and then I'm going to bring it in, kind of just behind my head, and back up. In and up. 5, 4, 3, 2. These burn. All right. Arms out into a T. High bicep curl again. In and out. In and out. Good job. Abs are in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend all the way out and slowly lower down. We're just doing this just like a little extra. Okay, now we are going to bring our arms forward and then we're going to pull back, squeeze those shoulder blades, punch forward. Pull back, punch forward. Good job. Now pull back, forward, criss, cross. Pull back, reach, criss, cross. Pull, reach, criss, cross. One more. Pull, reach, criss, cross, and bring it down. Okay, one more. We have to serve our platter. So bring it forward. And then as we pull back, you are going to squeeze your shoulder blades. Reach and pull. In reformer Pilates, we would just be reaching. But since we're able here, I'm just going to add the pull back. Good job. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Okay, go ahead and put those down. Have a seat. And we'll do a little stretch of the arms. Ooh, my foot turned purple. I was sitting on it a little too much. All right, arms out into a T. Big deep breath in. As you exhale, give yourself a hug. That was a little bit of a burner right there. I think I like that combo. Like that combo. I really don't know it until I teach it sometimes. I don't typically practice it before. So that's a keeper. All right, other side. Big reach out and then switch arms. Big deep breath in and come down, and let's reach those arms up and down. Big reach up and down. And then last one, big reach, hands together, bring it down to your heart. And thank you, thank you. See you next time.